All right, so we're already here and we're looking at this tree. It's about 60 feet tall on one side, and then you can see the bark coming off here all across the tree. That's one of your first signs that there's a serious problem, probably a root problem. So what I would guess is extreme root damage caused this because there's still plenty of foliage. So when you look at what's just been built, somebody built this retaining wall and more than likely cut most of the major roots of this tree. So if you didn't guess what this is yet, it's a salix. So it's a type of willow that we have here. I think it's Salix baebiana.
So it turns out there was a house fire the year before, and that's probably the major cause of all of the scalding you see on the bark. Root damage from the retaining wall was probably pretty minimal compared to that.
Birch tree right next to it, I just peeled off a little bit of the bark, is cracking, and it's having a bunch of issues. Big portions of the top are dying out. So it's next in line, but for right now, this tree's already split out. But you can see if we were gonna climb it and remove it, there's some serious issues here. This kind of structural damage means that this is likely to fall anytime, and this whole piece is coming down on this newly remodeled house. So in the pictures I get from the customer, you don't see the deck and you don't see what a small space this is for rigging out this much tree, and the pictures don't do it justice, but this one's about 65 feet, this one's about 55 feet, and then it's right on the fence. No space to rig anything out here. We're gonna have to work over the deck. So when that kind of stuff comes into consideration, you gotta take that and put it into your bid. So on this one, they're looking at around $3,000 to $4,000 worth of work, whereas from a picture they sent me on the text, I would have said, maybe $800 to $1,200, because you can't see the deck, you can't tell based on the picture how tall the tree is. So it's always better to look at it in person, and that's what I suggest for everybody, is look at every one of these trees in person, because if you give people an estimate over the phone, it could be way off compared to what it actually is. So I'm gonna get back to the customer on this one, and you can see what already happened. They're wanting to get that cleared up, I'm sure, and that's also a part of what they're going to need to pay for, because that's going to damage the fence if it isn't taken care of. So anyway, that's what we're dealing with today, and we're going to get back to work.
Here's the pic they sent me.
I got a feeling Christ is coming back real soon. I'm ready to go. This is the reason I'm gonna raise my hands to the ceiling, to the ceiling, to the ceiling, to the ceiling, to the ceiling.
Right here in the picture you can see the crack opening and closing. This is the day that we came to remove the tree. The wind was really blowing and whipping around, and thank the Lord he protected us through everything that we ended up doing, and the tree came down without any issues and we didn't damage anything. So that's a super big blessing.
I think my wife thinks I'm a big eater.
Oh my goodness, it's like over half a chicken here.